Hello YouTube, some guy over 40 here. I'm coming back at you with another video out in the workshop again with all the parts that I've purchased, extra parts I should say. I'm going to go ahead and start putting this together, so it's going to be a long video, so make sure you're comfy, have something to drink, and a lot of popcorn because it's going to be a long one. Okay, for starters, I noticed the difference here in these gas tanks. As you could tell, this one is like, this is the original one. It's like faded away compared to that one. So maybe it was a good thing to get a new one anyways. And then here's the gas lines. Look at the difference in size. I mean, this is what that guy sent me from California, the guy I traded my X-Max for, because the lines that were on this were rotted. So he sent me 2 new lines and I used them. And I noticed right here that the gas filter is somewhat dirty. So I just wanted to show you the comparison of old and new. And then the crack I was telling you about, you can tell I glued it right there, but it's in bad shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set this aside, and this is aside over here. So we got some new stuff here. I'm not going to use these new brackets. Let's take that off right now. For the simple reason is I just don't want to put new brackets on if it doesn't need it. I'm going to save these so I can have brand new ones. I'm going to save the screws even. Oh, look at that. The whole thing came out. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. Take those off. Then I'm going to screw these back into this. I'm going to save them. Yeah, I'd rather save the new ones than save the old ones. Okay, there's that bracket. This one off. Put it back in. Alright. So we're going to put these. We're going to walk on over here to the Losi DBXL parts. Put those in the drawer. Probably never ever use them. But it's nice knowing that I have brand new parts. So someday, you just never know, I might even purchase another DBXL. Just never know. And I saw a couple people were selling in my area. I was really surprised that there was DBXLs in my area within a 100-mile radius. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop out these rubber things and get rid of this gas tank and fuel filter. Put those over there. Yeah, I know they don't look as pretty, but you don't see them anyways. Put those in here. Put that back in there like so. Yeah, I had a lot of people commenting and asking me about my fuel, how old it is. Well, there's a couple, probably about 2 months old or more for that one. And that one's probably about 3 months old. So, I don't know what, I don't think it's bad. Bad gas is causing this issue. I just wanted to use it up. Because when I first bought this thing, I thought I was going to be running it every single day. And so I stocked up on fuel when fuel was cheap. And now fuel's going up in price, so kind of sucks. Okay, A couple other things I wanted to show you was this exhaust. Now, I bought these bolts and they're a lot longer. Let's make sure they screw into the head here before I go crazy. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I don't know how far they go down in. Well, let's take a look. That's about it right there. Okay. Because what I want to do is I want to make my own studs for the exhaust. Instead of using this bolt here, I can just stud it in there, and I'm going to make 2 of them. And I'm going to probably have some on backup too. But that's what I want to do. Here's the old exhaust gasket. Look how chewy that thing looks up because of the loosening up all the freaking time. That's one of these steel gaskets. There's a coating on that. And then here's the old gasket, and I had somebody commenting, well, you have to replace the gasket, cylinder gasket. They didn't watch the previous video. Yeah, I know, I got it. So let's begin here. Trying to get everything ready. Alright. So we got the brand new piston head. And now we got all the stuff right here. I hate dumping these on here because you'll lose them. There's that. And that goes like that. Okay, those little wrist pins, boy, them things are probably going to go flying. So, I got some picks right here. Let's go ahead and work on the old one. And I got to remember, the exhaust is on the right hand side, because if you look right about here, there's a little triangle or a little arrow. It's pointing that direction. That means that's where the exhaust goes out. Like I said, I'm just learning this stuff, so. Ooh, geez, that fell right out. There's one of those wrist pins. Boy, that was an easy one to pluck out of there. And I recommend putting your hand like this over the opening when you pluck these out, because they just fall out. Oh, this one's going to be a little bugger. There it is. There we go. We got the old ones out, which are fairly new. And again, I'm going to save these, the old ones, because there's nothing wrong with those. Now, the first time I replaced this piston, I had a hell of a time getting this pin, or yeah, the pin out. And Randy over Nitro Revolution RC said to use a socket just big enough and pound it through. And it worked perfectly. But I think I got a little bit too big of one here. Yes, I did. Yeah, I thought I was set. Okay, let's go one size smaller. And this size is 5/16 or 3/16. I think he said millimeter at one time. Oh, look at how nice that pushed right out. I didn't have to use, I brought the hammer out because I thought for sure I was going to have a hell of a time. But being replaced, it came right out, which is awesome. So, get the other piston out of the plastic here. And yeah, it seems like this ring is good. Like I said, it probably didn't need replaced, like I heard in the comment section. But me, I like to replace everything since I'm here. So you just pull that pin right out and you lift right straight up. And there's the piston, the old one, with the old pin. Look how nice that goes in. I had a hell of a time getting the original one out. Then we're going to pop this bearing out. Everything's like brand new. But I just want to replace it because there was an issue at the very beginning with this piston ring not seating right. And it wouldn't come out of the piston head right there correctly for some godly reason. So this is going fairly quick. I'll put these little caps on here like that. Bam. And now the arrow's pointing to the right. So we grab the brand new piston. Make sure the arrow's pointing to the right, which means the exhaust port. We'll slide this pin in. Oh, you gotta do this again here. There we go. So you just have it in there like that. Well, if you can get it in there, okay. We have to go down a little bit more here. Take the gander. There we go. There, she's in. That is simple. I mean, before it was not simple. Yeah, there's some scratches or something on this. And again, maybe it's a good thing that I'm replacing it. Now, putting these pins in, well, I wasn't quite ready. I forgot the needle nose here somewhere. Workshop here is a little bit messy, again, because I built that shelf, my window shelf. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put these little clips in. But I should cover that with a rag here. I want to tell you what, a paper towel, then we can cut it. We can put a slice in the paper towel for the piston head. And alright, we'll do it this way. I do not want that to go down into the motor. That little wrist pin. Because it will. I mean, that's the luck I have. Can't believe we're already 12, 13 minutes in. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. The best way here. A lot better sitting down. See, there it is. It wanted to go down in. Wow, that's difficult. Especially with rubber gloves on. Alright, let's try this again here. If I could squeeze it and put it in at the same time, that'd be nice. Nope, didn't get it. Yeah, this is a little painful part here. I just want these things to go flying. I like these at the tip, at the very tip of these. Squeeze it in there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's almost in. That magnet on that flywheel is catching my pliers here, my needle nose. See, she's almost in. There we go. There's one. And now we could turn the motor and do this other side. Yes, I should have taken this off. Okay. And again, at the tips, let's push this in there a little little further. Make sure that didn't come out. Nope. Okay. Then we do the same exact thing. And like I said, I'm no expert for sure. I like doing things myself unless I get into a bind, like at the very beginning of this hobby, and I sent the motor out. Oh, she didn't come out. Okay. Okay. And she's gone. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be hunting that one down. Like I said, we'll have to use one of the old ones. And I hate to. Oh, it's nice having extra ones for sure. Man, oh man, that sucks. It's in the sawdust somewhere. And that one's gone. Alright. 2 out of 3. Okay, we got one more left. And if this doesn't work out, I'll have to pause the video somehow and redo it. Oh, brother. Like I said, it's going to be in that sawdust guaranteed somewhere. Alright, maybe if I tip the motor up like that and try it. I'd like to take these gloves off, but my hands are, I don't want my hands to get too dirty here. Okay, that one went in. Alright. Now we got to make sure that it's in there decent. You know, you got to push it down. Make sure that it's secured. Oh, she's in there. Alright. So now that pin is in there. Wrist pins are holding the pin. We'll make sure this one here is okay. Looks okay to me. But that doesn't mean nothing. It could fall out. Yeah, it looks alright. Alright, so it took 17 minutes to get that head on there. Alright. And it feels, it looks like there's a lot more ring to this than the original one. Okay. Alright, so we'll take this off. Wipe off everything for the gasket. Now, the gasket. It's right here. I thought I lost it. Okay, this is the steel reinforced one. So it's right there we go. Now the tough thing. You got to squeeze this ring and hopefully it comes back, springs back out in place because the other one did not. Okay, so it's going to have to sit like this. Let's get these head bolts out of here. And I did clean off everything. Everything looks decent for the gasket. Okay, exhaust is here. Now, here it comes. Now, I'm wondering, this is another thing I was wondering, that gap. I don't think it matters where you put that. When you squeeze it here and it's pointing the opposite direction, or I don't know which way to put it. I'll tell you what, it goes like this. Let's put the gasket on here like that. Alright, we're going to squeeze it. Come on, get in there. Should have taken that off. You know what? I might have to because I don't want to be fighting that all day. Let's see what kind of this here. Which one is it? It's the biggest one. Holy smoke, that big was on there. Oh, wow, that baby was tight. I'll get you off of there. Maybe. Oh shit. You gotta take the whole thing off. Ugh. Jesus. My little wrench here is slipping off of it. Wow. Everything falls to the floor. Wow, man, that baby. Oh, they were locked tight in. I know I didn't do that. That means I gotta clean off the threads and do it again. Wow. Did I get that? No. Okay, I gotta take them all off. Oh. Put that stuff over there. Well, that's a big job doing this. And this one don't have the washers on it. Oh, there it is. Alright, one more. Oh! Shit, that thing was on there. Well, we can check the clutch out. Or the clutch shoes. See how they're doing. Well, looking pretty decent. Clutch bell looks great. Alright. So we're going to leave that sit right there. Alright. So now, back to where we're at. Let's try it this way again. So you got to squeeze that piston ring at the same time and getting it all in there. Yeah, see, that is a pain being fresh. That means I got to break in the motor again. I mean, I didn't do it the first time. Randy did. Wow, that thing is hard to get in there. What in the world's going on here? Yeah, this is painful to watch. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. I'll keep looking for that exhaust port to make sure that's right. Man, that thing is tough to get on there. What the? Can't be that freaking tight, can it? I know it's the same piston. Yeah, same piston, so wow. I always have problems with this stuff. I shouldn't, but I do. always a given. I just don't want to scratch up nothing. Like I already am. This gasket's really something else. Because that magnet on the flywheel. If I can just keep it. Take off these gloves. Maybe that'll help. Yep, that helped. Alright. Whew. That helped really good. Okay. So now we gotta get that gasket. Get everything fit down in there. Come on, get in there. Boy, that magnet on that flywheel is a pain in the ass. See that? So let's get that gasket up on the piston head or cylinder. And we'll have to push this down. There we go. Whew. Pretty intense, wasn't it? Wow. Gotta save this stuff just in case. Alright, I already have these bolts cleaned off from the Loctite. Let's go ahead and get the proper wrench here for this. I think it was a 3, wasn't it? No, it was a 4. Okay, which is here. Yep. Alright, so we're going to put some Loctite on it. First, I'm going to get that gasket moved around. Make sure that gasket's sitting right. Okay, she's sitting right there. Alright, so now I'll get that bolt back out of there. Man, that magnet is so strong on there. I'll keep it like that. This is when you need 10 hands. Alright. I put a small little line right there. And you just put it, just snug it. Don't, I mean, it's going to be a little loose until I get the other bolt in there. We got to make sure that the hole lined up. Yep, it lined right up. Good. So we're going to go ahead and bring that out. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. Oops. A little bit too much Loctite. Alright. Now, okay. Let me think here. I need this. Starting to get a little snug. I would love to have a handle for this. Alright, there we go. Okay, she's snug there. And she's going to be snug right there. Okay. Alright, good news. Okay, they're Loctited in. Put the cat back on. And the dog decided to bark. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and tighten this up. I'm not for sure how tight. We're just going to go like that on each. Let's keep doing that till I feel it's okay, question mark. Whew. There it is. All right. Finally got that on. Alrighty, so I wonder if I can clean that. Getting that Loctite everywhere down there. Or I spilled it. Okay. So there's the high performance clutch shoes that I put on. That looks pretty decent. So that's fantastic. We got that together. Now we got to put on this right here, the clutch bell and stuff here. So okay, I might as well wipe this off. Wipe that off. That goes in here like that. Put this on like that. Okay, now we have to clean the Loctite or lock, whatever, off of these. So I need my little pair of vice grips. There they are, hiding. Take a grip of this head here real quick. Just snug enough to hold it. Like I said, my room is a disaster here. Okay, there's one cleaned off. Oh yeah, you don't want to do that. Okay, turn it back on. Oh, and I'm a trained professional, not. Alright, last one coming up. Alright. So I wonder if I have any other type of Loctite. I thought I had a blue in here. Permatex thread locker. I don't know if there's anything left. Take a gander. Oh yeah, there's some left. We'll put the blue on this. I think it's the medium strength or something like that. It's not Loctite. Yeah, the bolts do come loose. I think that's what screwed me. That those head bolts came undone and messed up the gasket. Like I said, the piston could be perfectly fine. The old one I just pulled out, but I just want everything right. Now I know that it's a different piston head because that ring was all screwed up when I first bought it. I should have sent it back to DDM, but that's alright. Well, it's money. I do the star pattern, except for here I'm just putting it in by hand, as you can tell. Alright, now we're going to wrench them down. Star pattern. Okay, that's tight. And plus with the Loctite on there. Okay, so now we know. Because knowing is half the battle, says G.I. Joe. Yes, it is. Boom. That baby's on her. One thing I'm worried about the most is this coil thing right here. Because having that set correctly is going to be a pain. People say to use a thin piece of paper or a thin cardboard, whatever. Well, I'll get the thinnest thing I can find and we'll put it in to set the gap. I don't have any feeler gauges, gap gauges, whatever you want to call them. I do not have that. Throw the stuff in the garbage. Alright. Man, I'm impressive with that so far. Right there is 36 minutes to get to this point. That's great. Now we can go ahead and put this. Is that the piston head, right? Yep, kit. Then later on I have to run a magnet down on the floor somewhere and get the rest of the stuff. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's take that pin back out. It doesn't matter, but take it like that. It's a little greasy. Put it in there like that so everything is in there together. Alright. Yeah, that piston probably has maybe a gallon, not even a gallon of fuel ran through it. Pretty disturbing how things work. Alright. Now what is next? Probably just go ahead and put the pull start on. No. I'm getting ahead of the game here. This thing. See, I don't know why that is bent up like that. Let's see if I can bend it back down. I don't know if you guys can see that bend right there. Oh, there we go. It bent right back down in place real easy. Easy pleasy. Okay. Okay, these did not have the Loctite on them. And this has that special star wrench, which mine's all twisted up because I over torqued. But we'll get it out anyways here. Alright. Now another pain in the butt is getting this on here. These little black gaskets. Make sure you use these because of the spacing it needs. Goes over that, it fits on the studs like so. And now I should have that plug out of there if I can get it out. Oh my God. That is nice and tight. There we go. Now, so you got to worry about the wiring here for the kill switch. Boy, that magnet is strong. What we're going to do is we're just going to put those screws in, if I can find the other screw. Oh, it's right on the wrench. You gotta turn it. There we go. Get that magnet out of there. I'm just hoping this coil is fine. Man, I should Loctite that, but So I gotta set it and everything first. Alright, let's try it. I got, credit card was too thick, so I'm going to take this piece of cardboard really thin. It's thinner than the credit card. And I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to wrap it around, but we're not going to put it onto the magnet just yet. Now it's completely around like that. That should be plenty. Should be plenty of gapping. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead now and spin the flywheel until the magnet hits it. And right there it is. The magnet is on it. So that's what I'm going to use to gauge that. I think that should do it pretty good. You know, it's thinner, it's thicker than a normal piece of paper. So let's hope. I'm going to go ahead and put some of this blue stuff on. I think the red is stronger. Because any vibration, man, these things will pop right out. So I'm going to push down on it like that to make sure both contacts has an equal amount of gapping. Equal amount of gapping on this. Oop. I'm going to go ahead and snug this. We're just snugging it because we have to take this one back out to put on some Loctite on it, or Permatex, whatever it's called here. It's not Loctite. Anything helps. We'll go ahead and spin that in there like that. Yeah, this is another thing I was worried about, getting that gapping correct. And it looks good to me. Just enough gap. And we're going to go ahead and tighten this up. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't want to do it too tight. Ooh, boy, that makes me nervous. Alright. We're going to leave it right there. I mean, worst case, it's going to come loose, you know what I mean? So now, if you look deep down inside there, you're going to see that contact is the same as this contact with the same gap in between. I mean, it's perfect. Hopefully, it is perfect. So when you take out that piece of cardboard, look at that gap. It's barely, it's minimal. Alright. Like I said, I'm just learning this. And if this works, man, it's going to be fantastic. I'll keep this gauge. Alright, so we got that on. And now we need to zip tie this cable to somewhere here. Let's take a gander here. Yeah, it has to go that way. So let's zip tie it right there. I have to get some good zip ties. Oh God, I hate a messy workshop. You always got to move 100 things to get to something. Get the old cutters here. Yeah, zip tying this when it's in the truck is impossible. There we go. I'll just do it that way. Any zip tie will do. Just enough to give it some wiggle room too. So if anything pulls on it, it won't pull it out of the thing here. Alright, we're getting there. We are getting there. So now we got to put on the flywheel cover. We're making progress. And then you got to make sure that stop says stop on the up. So just slide it back over there like that. I always give a little pull to make sure everything locks into place. Yep. Looks okay right there. And right there, alright. Nice. And always make sure this is up. Let's take this little thing right here, make sure that's slid up a little bit. So you can get that plastic housing on there, right? So, okay, those bolts have to go in this housing a little bit here, okay. So we might as well go ahead and put the motor mount on it. Trying to think of which way it went on. Take this off. Now, if I don't do something every day or at least twice a week or something, I forget. Just call that old age. I'm going to blame old age for everything today. Dropping those wrist pins. Definitely old age sets in there. So what we're going to do, after that's unscrewed, we're going to see how this sets in here like that. Yep, that's the gasket there, or the mount goes like that. So, we have to turn it like this. Wait a minute. Okay, come on, Bob. Where are we at here? Not like that. There we go, like this. There we go. We got it. We got it. Get these bolts started anyways. I should get my drill out. Let's do that. That's it right there. I'm putting that mount on in the truck. Boy, that's a pain. I tried it. Okay, went too far. We'll flush that up. We'll flush this up. There. And then we put the mount in. We'll just touch the bottom. Oh, that one a little torquey. Okay, we'll take that out. There we go. Snug it up a little bit. Nothing too tight, because the nuts will hold these in place. They have the nylon locking nuts on them. I did know the size offhand, but we'll just use the crescent wrench. Make sure it's not turning the bolt. Oh. So we just keep turning until she snugs up. One. And hopefully my GoPro here holds charge, because I also bought this used. Actually, I didn't buy it. I traded that old dinosaur Traxxas T-Max, the 1.0 or the 1.5 motor. Remember the old granddad that was on the bench? Yeah, I traded him even up as a kid, so. Alright. Awesome. We're getting there. We are getting there. And there's that mod that I did with the holes, which is freaking amazing. It works great. Now we gotta figure out which direction this goes. I think it's just like this. And slide this down here. And this is that grommet you got to worry about. That rubber grommet for the wire. Make sure that's in there. Make sure everything lines up perfectly. I hear the clicking. Everything looks good. And that looks like that's in place. So I want everything to be perfect if I can help it. There we go. There, everything's lined up for the two top screws. I'm going to go ahead and screw those in. And these don't get locked tight because they're a coarse thread. I don't think you can Loctite a coarse thread. You might be able to. Alright. And you can't do these too tight, just snug them up. Alright. So, that's the head bolt there. Head bolt there. See that? That's what I wanted. That's how it should have been at the very beginning when they built this thing. This plug should be fine. Snugged on there. We'll get that locked into place. Now we finish it off with these, which I think is also the same. I gotta put that clutch down a little bit. Always make sure you do your clutch, the clutching on this, if you're using the screwdriver or screw gun. And start your bolts. Always hand start your bolts so you don't cross thread it. See how that clutch kicked in? Alright. That's what we like. Put that in there like that. Alright, it's looking better now. Looking good. Now that's odd. Now this turns freely, more freely now. Strange. Very, very strange. Before it's kind of, it didn't free like that. I mean, it went, but not that good. Alright, so we're going to put this. Alright, so what's next? Okay, we got all the bolts here and here. Now we got to find the motor mount bolts. Now we're going to the truck. Still a little dirty. I just wiped it down quickly. But eventually I will tear this down again. But when I tear it down, I'm just pulling the motor. I don't have to tear the motor apart. Like I said, this is a real good learning experience. Real good. Alright, now I gotta find bolts and stuff. Okay, there they are. I got the 4 mains. Pretty sure. Oh, that's not a main one. Okay, there's the other main one. Alright, so we got the 4 here, which looks like, yep, a 3mm. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's nice. See, it went right in. And this here you don't lock tight because it's going into plastic. I'm just going to snug that up a little bit so I can move it if needed. Sounds like there's a motorcycle or a dirt bike or something in the backyard. Neighbors. I don't know if you can hear that. Like I said, this stand, I can't stop bragging about it. I mean, this thing is amazing. No, I don't have no money into it except for the dowel rod. Yep, that was also another learning experience here, getting the screw holes cut out while it's sitting on that plate. Alrighty. Like I said, I'm just snug, not even snugging them. A little bit of a gap. So you just feel around there and you, bam-o. Awesome. Yeah, I gotta have this motor locked down so I can mess around with those studs. I'm gonna probably use the other head as a test dummy. And now this bolt right here, which is a 2.5, right? Is that 2. Yeah, 2.5. Goes up here like this. You can see everything moving. Alright, so now we got to figure this out. We want that spacing correctly. Let's put this. Okay, maybe I put that zip tie up too tall, but that's alright. Well, maybe it's not alright. I don't know if we push it down. Oh, there we go. It's fine. Now we have to get the needle nose. And grab a hold of that plug to another area here, like so. We get this far. Now I made that hole bigger in this case in the battery tray for this reasoning. There we go. Right through the battery tray. Awesome. So we got to make sure that wire is not going to get grabbed by anything. I don't know, that's concerning me. Maybe I shouldn't have zip tied it there. I could have sworn that's how I had it before. Because it's right there by the brakes and everything. Should be fine. It should be. Alright. So now let's go ahead and set the spacing for the... Oh, shoot. Shoot, I forgot about this part. Okay, so we got to take this linkage off. That's the 2.5. Take it off of here. I got it all jammed up right there, as you can tell. You don't want no binding, no nothing. I take it. Okay, and go like that. Whew. Man, that, I don't know what to do on next door. Never heard that before, next door. It's definitely not RC. Alright. Oh, that's too tight. There we go. Well, that's sloppy as can be. I don't like that. Oh, maybe we'll snug it a little bit more. Just a little bit more. See, that's too much. We gotta loosen it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, alright. Well, we're 1 hour in, guys. Hopefully you're still with me. Now if you look in that exhaust port, you can see that nice shiny piston. Remember, the arrow was pointing to that. I mean, since the motor hasn't ran, you can put that thing down. We're going to call it bottom dead center. And you can almost see that through the exhaust port at the top of that piston. I don't know, see if you, I can't do it on one hand. Alright, so, and right there, looks perfect for the spacing for the pinion gear and this gear here, differential gear. So what we're going to do is we're going to sneak around here. We don't want to move it. We're going to go ahead and tighten this baby down. If I can get the screw in there. There we go. Get that nice and tight. And we're going to make sure it didn't move. It didn't move, and it's good. It's not tight yet. There we go. That one's a little tighter. That's the perfect set right there. I mean, there's no drag, there's no nothing on that. Like I said, I don't know if I'm using the right terminology on this, but you see what I mean. Just make sure it's not tight and bindy. Nope. Okay, there's that one. Okay, we got two really tight. Have to get this other one drop down. Wow, that was long-winded. Still have fuel in the carburetor and the bubble, the prime ball. Alright. Oh, that baby's tight. Alright, we got one more on the motor. Okay. So now we need that 2.5. Now we can turn this. You don't have to worry about the motor moving. And we'll just tighten this up. That's good where she sits. Alright. So it's good where she sits. Well, everything looks good. Oh yeah, see that? That's nice. Holy smokes, that's a lot of stuff going on. So next step is the gas tank. We'll make it the next step. How's that sound? It's a 2.5. Yes, it is. Alright. I'll put the gas tank in. I'm glad to get a new gas tank with the proper lines, fuel lines, the original fuel lines, original fuel filter. I know it's probably not the best one, but it's good to get started with and use up. Oh, that's nice. It seems like I'm really wrenching, but I'm not. On that screw. There we go. Well, it's starting to look good. Just making the time to do this when I have a full-time job, working 9-hour days, 5 days a week. 45 hours a week I put in my job. Having a wife and kids and grandson, I mean, it's a lot. And trying to make time, you know, for your husband duties, for like mowing the yard, washing vehicles, just keeping up the house a little bit, you know, there's a lot of work involved. Alright, so we got the gas tank in, so we might as well hook up the lines. So this one goes up underneath. Yeah, might as well get this going. Give me a little bit more. Yeah, she's getting there. There, we got one fuel line on. And we have the other one right here. This is an easy one. Nice. I like having that clear now so I can see what's going on. Alright. So now we have to get this linkage inside there. So right here is the little thing that holds that linkage to the carburetor. So we got to take this linkage and push it a little bit. Oh boy. Tell you what, let me get a pair of needle nose. My fingers are too big to get in there. There we go. Just like that. And we put this on here. Have to push it too. Come on. There we go. And we just tighten it up. There we go. Perfect. Everything's looking good. It's looking great so far. Oh boy. This is going to be a really long video. A real long video. So we're going to go ahead and turn this back around over here. I'm not going to worry about this up here yet. But we're going to go ahead and put the battery and stuff in here. I know, I hear it now. People say, why don't you change that battery to a LiPo? Well, first of all, I spent too much money on what I just did. Second of all, I would have to buy the charger too, because I don't have a LiPo charger. And just more money. And right now, this works. If it works, you run it until it pukes. You know, and then you're fine. Alright. Put that in there like that. Get everything in there. It looks pretty decent. Alright. Now we get the locking clips here to put in. There's one. Push down. There's two. There we go. Now the fun part begins too with this cover right here. I gotta get a drink. Okay, so we gotta put this cover on. So this goes on first, then you do the linkages and the exhaust, everything. Okay, yep, still moves freely. So what is that? A 3 millimeter? Great. Oh, I forgot about that. Come on. Long-winded. That's for sure. Just snug them. Well, you can tell that gasket's new in there. You know, that could have been the whole thing. I mean, I had fuel, I had spark, I had air. It should have ran. But maybe that's what it was, you know. We're learning. So if it's not all that I just replaced, that means it must be this coil. I'll replace that. I could do that while it's on the truck here. I'll have to pull a lot of this off. Now this here, we have to get the different, I think this is the 1 point. Oh, this is the 2.0. This is, okay. Yep, 2.0. I have to unscrew it because I screwed them in. Unscrew it until they lock into place, or you lose the bolt. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Okay. That's one thing, man. If it drops, I hate gravity, man. Gravity sucks right now. Because it will fall. So that little grub screw is down below somewhere. In the truck, I should say. I do not have extra ones of those, so I have to find it. Let me lift up the truck here. Let me tip it upside down. Did it come out? No. Oh, brother. Oh. All kinds of other stuff came out though, like busted up plastic. Oh shoot, where did it go? Nobody knows. And boy, without that, you really can't run the thing. Alrighty guys, I gotta end this video right here. We're almost done putting it all back together. Oh, unless you want to watch me find that stupid grub screw. Oh, let me get a magnet. These are really strong magnets if I can get the magnet off. Alright. Get this magnet here. Something a little bit longer. And you lose the magnet. Nice. Alrighty guys, I gotta get going. Thanks for watching, and I'll make another video about me starting it. Thanks again. Talk to you in the next one.